What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we're going to be giving the latest news and updates on Mazi Smith's situation, as he is facing felony charges for carrying a concealed weapon. Also, Blake Corum will be undergoing season-ending surgery. What that means for Michigan's team this season is they still look to win the national championship. Plus, just came out, Cade McNamara will be transferring to Iowa. It's all going to be in this video. So if you guys are new around here, make sure you guys go ahead, leave a like on the video, subscribe for more, and other than that, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with Blake Corum and his season-ending surgery. Ian Rappaport on Twitter came out with it. He said Michigan star running back Blake Corum is expected to have knee surgery and is out for the season. The Heisman candidate should make a full recovery. He tried to play last week versus Ohio State, but his knee made it impossible. So, from what I've heard, Blake Corum is supposed to get surgery on Friday, and then after that, it's all recovery time for him. It's a really huge loss. It's devastating for this Michigan team and for Michigan fans. He was having a Heisman season, and he really got ripped off that his season is coming to an end here, especially right before the playoffs. He had 1,463 yards and 18 rushing touchdowns. Now, there is talk that Michigan might be able to get him back for the national championship game. It is a month away. It's in January. It seems very, very doubtful that Michigan will get him back. It would almost take a miracle, but we'll just have to see how his recovery goes. But more than likely, his season is probably done, and we'll see if he decides to go pro. Obviously, he had a fantastic season, so that wouldn't be surprising if he did go pro and enter the draft for the NFL. Either that, or he'll come back for his senior season to Michigan. But we may have seen the last game that Blake Corum has played in a maize and blue jersey. Really sad to think about. But now it's up to Donovan Edwards, freshman CJ Stokes, sophomore Tavier Dunlap, and junior walk-on Isaiah Gash to carry the ball in the backfield, especially Donovan Edwards. It's going to be a huge loss, and obviously getting Corum back for the playoffs would have been, huge for this offense. But Michigan showed against Ohio State that they can win games without Blake Corum, and they show that they can still win a national championship without Blake Corum. It's going to be a little harder, and Michigan really could have used Blake Corum to win the national championship. But J.J. McCarthy, the wide receivers in this offense, Donovan Edwards and the offensive line, they're really all going to have to step up with the absence of Blake Corum. So that's the latest on Blake Corum. Comment down below your guys' prayers and wishes for Blake Corum. Hopefully his surgery goes well. So we'll get into Mazi Smith after this, but just want to talk shortly and quickly about Cade McNamara. We just got news that Cade McNamara has transferred to Iowa, and he has committed to Iowa. He obviously just entered the transfer portal this week, and Iowa is getting a good quarterback, man. I really think that this offense for Iowa, they had terrible quarterback play with Spencer Petras, and now they're getting a good quarterback, and their offense might actually be good now with McNamara in there at quarterback. Can actually throw the ball, and Iowa has a good defense. Now, Michigan doesn't play Iowa on their schedule next season. However, Iowa might be able to win the West. They have a very good defense. They're getting a good quarterback out of Cade McNamara, and their offense might be a lot better. So I wouldn't be surprised if Iowa won the West. And if they did, if Michigan beats Ohio State again and wins the Big Ten East, it would be a matchup between Cade McNamara and J.J. McCarthy in the Big Ten Championship. Wouldn't that be something? But all the best wishes to Cade McNamara. And now we go ahead and get into Mazi Smith. So earlier today, Mazi Smith, his situation all came out to the public. Everybody was talking about it, and he is facing felony charges for carrying a concealed weapon. Now, the incident took place on October 7th, but the charges were not filed until the morning of November 30th. What we know so far here, Smith has been charged, obviously, with carrying a concealed weapon, and he will be represented by Ann Arbor attorney John Shea. Now, the felony charge is punishable for up to 5 years in prison or a fine for up to $2,500. That obviously, you know, probably won't go to prison for it or any of that, and the charges might even be dropped on it. Now, there's been rumors coming out that he was speeding and then he got pulled over by cops. Don't know how true that is. There's also been rumors that he had a legal concealed carry license, but it was expired at the time of the traffic stop, and hopefully that is the case, because if it is, I mean, it's probably the best case scenario for him. But pretty much what carrying a concealed weapon means is that he didn't have a license for it at the time. However, there are rumors saying, like I said, that the license was expired, so there's still more to come out, I believe, on it, and we'll see how, you know, the judicial process goes about it and what happens. But what I do have is statements from AD, Michigan's athletic director Ward Manuel, and obviously Coach Jim Harbaugh. First of all, Ward Manuel said, "We are aware of the charge against Mazi from a traffic stop back in October. Mazi was honest, forthcoming, and cooperative from the very beginning, and is a tremendous young man. He is not and never has been considered a threat to the university or community. Based on the information communicated to us, we will continue to allow the judicial process to play out. Mazi will continue to participate as a member of the team." So that's huge right there. Pretty much meaning that Mazi Smith will be able to play in the Big Ten Championship and possibly in the college football playoffs as well. Then Coach Harbaugh said, "I have respect for our judicial process, and with that respect brings confidence that a fair and just resolution is forthcoming. Mazi's character and the trust that he has earned over the past 4 years will continue to be considered throughout the process." Now, according to On3 and the Wolverine, the Detroit Free Press reported that Smith, who was in the process of receiving a concealed carry permit when he got pulled over, has been cleared to travel out of state, which means he will be able to play in this weekend's Big Ten Championship game and possibly the college football playoff. So let's talk about it. Leave your comments down below. Obviously, the University of Michigan, assuming they knew that this happened to Mazi Smith, which, you know, they probably did, they probably could have handled this a little bit better. Obviously, they might have thought that it wasn't really a huge big deal if it is just that his license was expired. They could have handled this a little bit better though. Maybe, you know, suspended him for a game. I believe it was the Indiana game, but that was after it. We obviously didn't, you know, need him for the Indiana game. They probably could have suspended him there. But for Michigan, he will be playing in the Big Ten Championship and probably in the college football playoffs. We'll see how all the results, you know, handle and what the results of this will be in the judicial process. But it was a big day for Michigan football, man. A lot of news came out, you know, some terrible news, starting with Mazi Smith. Thankfully, he's able to play though. And obviously Blake Corum out for the season, and Cade McNamara just transferring to Iowa. So with that being said, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next video. Peace.